Hello, guys. Welcome to the episode 36 of Suman versus Human. Hope you all are doing absolutely well. Today's guest on the show is a rising superstar singer from Pakistan. He is Mohammed Humza Rehan. Before I invite him on the show, your Suman wants to play something for you.
धन दौलत की एक नगरी शोहरत भी उसमें जमा है जख्मों पर वो मरहम है हर दर्द की उसमें दवा है क्यों मैं उस नगरी जाऊं जब दिल में बसी तुम हो क्यों मरहम दौलत चाहूं जब साथ खड़ी तुम हो.
That's an amazing voice, right? So let us not delay much. Let's quickly call Mr. Hamza. Hamza, welcome to Suman versus Human.
Thank you. Thanks for the invitation. I'm glad to be here.
Hamza, first of all, I would like to congratulate for the very brand new release you have done recently.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'm grateful as well as excited that you have listened to it.
Hamza, you know what? Man, I really love your voice. In fact, I can say I'm a great fan of yours.
Thanks a lot. That's an honor for me that my voice is being appreciated.
Hamza, tell me, coming this long, coming this far, is not that easy when a singer, when an artist is coming from Pakistan where music is not greatly widely appreciated. I'm saying it because, see, basically in Islam, music is considered to be forbidden, right? But still, there are great artists in the world, great talented stars in the world who shares Pakistan as their motherland and made lot of popularity in the world. Let's say Adnan Sami, let's say Nusrat Fateh Ali Khanji, and let's say you, Mr. Humza Rehan. So I want to know how easy or how difficult was the journey for you?
Well, to explain the levels of the difficulty or the easiness of this journey, I would first have to go into a little bit of the depth of what I've actually experienced throughout my singing career. So, to tell you the truth, my singing journey began in 2006 when I was perhaps 5 years old. So I was getting admitted to my first school, which was Idario Welfare Association, the school for the blind and deaf in Pakistan, Karachi. So my mother took me to the school, and I was very stubborn in those days, and I was very afraid because I didn't want to go to the school. Because usually children are like that. Mostly the children who are very much attached to their parents. So I was in a similar situation. I was really attached to my mother specifically, and I didn't want to go to school because I was afraid, terrified. So she took me to the school, and all of a sudden, when we reached the building's inside, I heard the sound of harmonium and drums being played. So I was quite a fan of songs even at that age. So I asked my mother to take me to where the songs were playing. And she took me there, and it was the music class. And I kept insisting that I wanted to sing a song as well. And then I actually sang a song. The music teacher played the music, and I sang the song. I don't remember the
And
name
you
of the
were
song.
5 years old that time.
Yeah, I was 5 years old.
Wow.
So ever since then, when I got admitted to the school, the music teachers kept inviting me to their classes to practice and to learn. And when I grew older, I got to perform in the programs conducted in the school. And then from the school, it was to the city competitions, the youth festivals, and all those things. So I can say that my journey started from my school. But when I left my school, I graduated from my school. Then for a year or two, I wasn't that much interested in singing. But then in my college, when I was in 11th, I developed my interest back, and then I uploaded videos on my YouTube channel for the first time. It was 27th October. I think it was 2019. So I uploaded a song, It was Abhi Mujhme Kahin by Sonu Nigam.
Hmm.
So back
The
then,
cover song, right?
yeah, the cover song.
Hmm.
So in those days, my voice was not that good to begin with because in the school I had trained myself, but then my voice changed. And as you know, when your voice changes, your scale, your notations, everything gets messed up unless you're practicing.
Yes,
And in
yes.
those days, I wasn't practicing a bit, not even a bit. So all my singing capabilities were quite diminished, to say the least.
Hmm.
So when I uploaded those songs, so people liked them because usually the audience which are concerned with music, they don't care
Yes.
about the technique, they don't care about how it's being sung. As long
Yes.
as it seems melodious to them, then it's fine in their eyes. But I knew for a fact that a lot of technique was missing from my end. So I started doing riyaz. Riyaz is referring to vocal exercises. So after that, my voice began to improve. But then in 2021, I once again lost interest in music because I started to work on some other projects. But then I met some friends and they insisted that I should begin my channel once again. And here I am. I started in, I think, 2023
But
or
now
maybe
I'm
perhaps
sure
2022. I'm not certain.
you are never going to lose interest again.
Yeah, now because I even have the proper equipment, I have an entire team of music producers, mixing engineers, all those people. So now I cannot lose interest because now I have to think of my team as well.
Excellent. How was the learning experience?
The learning experience, I would say that in school or even in on the college level, I didn't actually learn the technique or the musical theories. I just had my voice and nothing but my voice. But then when I started doing riyaz, as I said before, then I started to learn the different techniques like vibrato, falsetto, and resonance, and some Indian techniques like meend, khatka, and all those things. Then there were dynamics and all the techniques which make a singer a good one.
Yeah.
So my learning process actually started in 2021 when I started doing the vocal exercises. Before then, I was just working with what I had and I wasn't developing any sort of skills or technique.
So if I ask you, what is your primary ambition? Is that to become a singer or some other professional?
No. Singing is not my primary ambition because, as you said before, singing is forbidden in Islam and I'm a Muslim. So it's forbidden to such an extent that it is said in our religion that whoever earns from singing, the money he's earning, the income he's earning, it is not legal. It is illegal.
Haram.
So yeah, haram. I didn't know that you were familiar with the concept, so that's why I use the word illegal. But
No.
exactly,
Yeah.
it's haram. So I'm a man of principles and I don't want to define my religion. I know that I'm already doing something which is forbidden, but at least it's limited. I'm using my equipment and all those things for my hobby. I'm not generating any sort of income, neither do I wish to generate any sort of income. So through my channel, through my music, I just, if I get popular, it's fine. If I don't, still it's fine. But there are no dreams or no ambitions or no intentions of earning any income from this musical journey because it's my hobby, not
What
my
I
profession.
understand is basically you are living your passion, not for the money.
Yes. Professionally, I want to become a lecturer, a teacher in English literature, and I'm even studying English literature and applied linguistics as for now in my university. So that is my profession, and I'm also interested in writing, and I'm also working on a novel. Yeah, so you can say that when it comes to my profession, I'm more interested in academics, and when it comes to my hobbies, I'm quite musically equipped.
Okay, now tell me, Hamza, when it comes to musical training, okay, so I'm asking you this out of my pure curiosity because in India, when you talk about musical learning, okay, we have Carnatic classical, we have Hindustani classical. When you talk about the Western world, they have completely a different set of musical training called Western classical, right? So now, what
Yeah.
kind of musical learning system you follow in Pakistan?
In Pakistan, as you said before, music is not given that much of an importance.
Yeah.
The singers here are not formally trained, even apart from some people. For example, Atif Aslam, perhaps one of the most popular singers of Pakistan.
Yes, yes,
He's
yes,
not
yes.
formally trained. He's not classically trained. He's not trained in the Western arts. He's not trained in Karnataka music or any such thing. He's not even formally trained. All he has his voice and maybe his practices and his own style. So he's not formally trained because I've learned that in India there are musical schools, there are even degrees, there's bachelors in music, there's masters in music, all those things. But in Pakistan, that is none of thing. Music is an art and it's not a subject in Pakistan. And it's usually we don't even have any musical institution which can award you an MA degree or a bachelor's degree in music.
Oh,
So it's not that developed to an extent that it could be compared to India or the Western countries or
but
anything
that
of that
land
sort.
gave a master musician like Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan.
Yeah. Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan is professionally trained actually in the Hindustani classical music. So you can say that even the singers who are trained in music, they follow the Hindustani classical music. And there's not something which you could call a music of Pakistan or
Yeah.
a style of Pakistan or anything like that. Because once again, like you said before, and I have said before, music is not that developed when it comes to our country.
And there is also a religious barrier for it, right?
Yeah, because considering that Pakistan is based on religion, because religion is the reason why Pakistan came into being. So, yeah, the people here have quite the importance for the religion. Now, in the modern days, many things have evolved. Now, a lot of people are not even following the religion. But yeah, still, a lot of conservativeness is still there. So, things such as music or many other performing arts are not that much developed.
I want to ask you one straightforward question. Okay.
Sure.
Do you think that because of religious discrimination or because of geographical discrimination, there is not much popularity for the artists of Pakistan or for the performers of Pakistan, though they are talented.
I wouldn't say that there's not some sort of popularity because some years ago, singers like Atif Aslam, Rahat Fateh Ali Khan, Shafqat Amanat Ali, all these singers were performing in Bollywood industries, and these are the singers from Pakistan. Nowadays, due to the political reasons, there was a ban on the Pakistani singers from the Indians. So these things stopped, and the singers weren't given the chance. But there was a popularity, and I guess religion does play a part, but it's as simple as this. If a person believes in the religion, then he himself is going to hesitate. For example, if I give the example of myself, I'm not pursuing music as my profession. Why? Because I do want to maintain the principles of my religion. I'm not stating that I'm extremely pious or I'm extremely saintly or I'm the paragon of how a Muslim should act like. I'm not saying this. But at least I can do something which is in my power to maintain the boundaries of religions. And if I can do it, then I'm going to do it. And for some people, this is not the case. Some people claim that no, if we have the talent, we must pursue it. So it all depends on the mindset. I don't think popularity or geographical location or discrimination is a concern. It all depends on the mindset of the people who want to pursue their passions or want to abandon them.
See, the recent two originals are masterpieces, no doubt. They are amazing.
Yeah.
There are eyewitnesses to prove your amazing performance. But I feel, or I'm asking you, do you feel that it is because of you are a Pakistani that you are getting less appreciation?
Not really, because recently there was a singer who released a song by the title of Kahani Suno, and he had a lot of views. His channel grew exponentially, and I read the comments, and a lot of the comments were like, "Love from India,"
Great,
and
great.
"We're really appreciative of your singing," and "I'm from India," and all those things. So it's not about discrimination or being a Pakistani. When it comes to my case, I'm not getting the views or the subscribers or the attention I should because I'm not that well known. My journey has just started. Moreover, I'm not using any methods such as like YouTube ads or freelancing services or
Paid
any of
promotion, paid promotion.
yeah, yeah, I'm not doing all those things. I'm just sharing among my friends and telling them to share among their friends and so on and so forth. So it's kind of expected. If I was actually doing the paid promotions and all those things, then perhaps the circumstances might be different. Then maybe I would have gotten the views which I should be getting. But considering I'm not even doing anything, so then I don't think I do have the right to complain.
All right. So, Hamza, we spoke about the music part, right? Now, tell me, how about things related to accessibility, rehabilitation, disability, welfare, and all such things in Pakistan? Because I'm interested, super interested to know.
Well, when it comes to disability, I'm really disappointed in my country concerning this because there is a lot of discrimination. People who are visually impaired, they are not allowed to be admitted in sighted schools.
Not allowed.
Yes, they are not allowed. Sighted schools don't take them in, and they claim that no, these people are not welcomed and they should go back to the institutions where they can study and where people like them can be educated. So even in the on the college level, there's a similar dilemma that colleges do not allow the admissions. When I was in my college, it took my father a lot of effort to convince them that they should admit me to their college because they had the concerns that what if he fails? What if he doesn't give the exams? What if you blame us? But my father told them that I can write on a stamp paper that we will not do anything of that sort of nature, or we are not going to fight you or anything. Just give the admission and he's going to study like a normal student. And by the grace of Allah, when I gave the board exams in the college, I had the high scores.
Wow,
I
congratulations.
I got yeah, thank you. I got the top position in my college. I got a scholarship, and yeah. So these things make me disappointed that they don't give us any chances. A lot of people have not managed to get in the colleges or universities of their desire because of this discrimination, because the people just don't allow. Their simple statement is that he is blind or she is blind. How is he or she going to study? It's not possible, so you may leave. You may educate them in an institution where people like them can be educated. In our institution, there's no place for people like these. So there's a lot of discrimination. And this is just from the institution management. When it comes to normal people, the similar discrimination is present. For example, when it comes to studying in a cited college or a university. So visually impaired people have to face a lot of discrimination. We don't get a chance to befriend people. People start avoiding us, they start ignoring us, they don't want us to hang out with them. So there are a lot of problems. Plus, a lot of people are not aware of how a visually impaired person acts or what he or she can do or not. We even get absurd questions such as, do you dream, or is your computer or your mobile phone is connected to your brain, and all those absurd questions which shouldn't be asked. So my point is that those people exemplify us as a museum exhibit, which they can ogle, which they can admire to their heart's content. And when there is no admiration left, when they're satisfied, then we begin to be ignored.
This is very sad. But what is the reason behind it? Okay, I understand the universities or in the institutions, colleges, they have certain policies, or it may be political or something which is out of our control. But now when it comes to the normal citizens, why they ignore?
I have a theory about this, which relates to the human nature. In my opinion, humankind is ignoring what is strange, what is not according to their satisfaction, what is not familiar to them, or it's hating them. There are only two options: ignorance or hatred. So, unfortunately, visually impaired people fall into that category because we are different than sighted people. We are we are really different than them. So that is why they either start avoiding us, ignoring us, or they start despising us, hating us, discriminating against us. So it's my theory. It could be wrong, it could be imperfect, it could have flaws, but from my experience, it is what it is.
You are a confident man. I know you can take it. You can take it strongly. But how about those disabled people who are not technically strong, who are not confident enough, who are not educated enough? How they are going to tolerate this? How they are going to take it to their hearts?
Look, it sounds harsh, but they don't have a choice because even if they are not mentally prepared, they don't have a choice. If discrimination is being committed against them, they cannot do anything. They cannot protest. Even if they do, it's going to leave them even more alone and stranded because then nobody is going to hang out with them or associate with them. So, even for the people who are not mentally prepared, who cannot take it strongly, as you said, they don't have a choice. They do have to take it, even if they are not ready to take it. So there's not a choice.
You said people with disabilities are forced to join special schools, right? Now, how about those special schools? Are they technically well equipped?
No, they're not.
Come on.
They're they're really not. Let me give you an example.
Hmm.
When I was studying in my school, 95% of the teachers did not know Braille.
Oh my God.
Yes, they did not know Braille. Now, for 95% of the classes, we didn't have the course books, the course material in Braille. We couldn't read the books. Lastly, there weren't qualified teachers present. The teachers were just assigning homework, and guess what? Assigning more homework to be done at home. They weren't explaining the concepts because they didn't know themselves.
Hmm. Hmm.
They weren't qualified enough to educate the students. So when it was the time for my education, the things really messed up because there weren't any resources or qualified teachers or even sufficient course material to prepare oneself. Fortunately for me, my family was supportive, so my family arranged tutors for me, they arranged private classes for me. They did a lot of things. And due to those reasons, I'm standing here, and whatever success is at my grasp, it's due to my family, specifically my mother. And without that support, without those resources, I would be nothing. I would be absolutely nothing because the institutions they just can't they just can't do it properly.
Team Suman versus Human salutes your mom and dad for the great work they have done. And Team Suman versus Human especially salutes you, Mr. Hamza, for the great achievement you have conquered till now, despite of so much of trouble and difficulties.
You have my thanks. You have my gratitude.
Hamza, what are the stand of government? Like what government speaks about it? Because I think there might be people who are questioning about this, there might be people who are protesting for this, right? And what is the government's stand on this?
The problem is that the greatest difficulty of the visually impaired people is that people don't have sufficient awareness. They simply don't understand that a visually impaired person or a disabled person can engage in the same fields which a normal person can.
Hmm.
In their eyes, a visually impaired person is equal or equivalent to a mentally retarded person or an abnormal person.
Hmm. Hmm.
That is their feeble mindedness or negative thinking or discriminative thinking. That they don't even regard us in the category of normal people. They
Hmm.
think we are abnormal, mentally retarded. And as long as this mindset is going to continue, the government cannot do anything because there's simply not sufficient awareness. What can the government do when people are not even aware? So to do anything, to take any steps, first the people need to be made aware that a visually impaired person is not equivalent to a normal person. A visually impaired person can do anything which a normal person can.
Of course, yeah.
You just need to give them a chance.
Hamza, don't you have organizations like NGOs to work for people with disabilities?
We have, but they're also formed by visually impaired people or people related to visually impaired people. So they're not doing that much, mostly because I told you about my institutions. They are educated from the same institutions, the visually impaired people. So they also don't have enough awareness or the mental capacity to take the steps.
This is very, very, very sad. Okay, Hamza, I would like to play one more track of yours to chill up.
Okay,
So
sure.
my listeners, here is the song for you to enjoy. Have fun. We'll be back in few seconds.
I got to meet her, I got to know her, and now she's living on and living on inside me. I tried to stop this, I tried to run away, and yet she's living on and living on inside me. And then I fell down, deep down I fell in love, and found there's not a single place or way to hide me. I wanna meet her, I wanna tell her that now she's living on and living on inside me. Tried to break this, but got addicted, and now with all my heart I want her here beside me.
Awesome, man. Fantastic. I love this track. And this is written in English.
Yes, it's written in English.
Okay, and you wrote this song, right?
Yeah, I wrote it.
Wow. So tell me about your writing skills. Like, when did you develop this art of writing?
It started in 2016. Before that, my English was really horrible because I have studied in an Urdu medium institution where all the subjects were in Urdu.
Hmm.
Not a single subject was in English except for the English compulsory subject,
Hmm.
which is a single one.
Hmm.
So I've studied maths in Urdu, I've studied science in Urdu, I've studied social studies in Urdu. Everything I have studied in Urdu for
Hmm.
12 whole years. So my English was really horrible. And one day I was just searching for something, but I found something else. I found
Hmm.
a site called Fan Fiction. It is a
Hmm.
site where people post their writings on various movies, various books, and it's made by the fans of those artistic expressions, I suppose.
Hmm. Hmm.
So from there, I developed an interest in reading. And when I started reading books, I started reading fan fiction, I started reading novels. Then I had an ambition to become a writer. And
Hmm.
then I started writing. And from writing, I started to compose poetry. And now I'm, like I said before, I'm also working on a novel. And I've also written a script for a web series.
I'm coming to that. Hamza, you are not just a singer, a musician, you are also a filmmaker. Elemental Studios. This is something very new for me, and this is something really amazing. My dear listeners, Elemental Studios is the production house which produces web series for the blind. And this is something really, really good, and you should go and check it out. The person behind this Elemental Studios is with you, Mr. Hamza. Hamza, so proud of you, man. Please tell me about Elemental Studio.
Okay, so Elemental Studios started producing its content last year. In 2023, we released our first episode of a web series called Abyss of Evil. It is a science fiction web series based on a story of a superhero. So, if we go to the background of how Elemental Studios came into being, then I'd have to say that I'm a huge fan of acting. I wanted to do voice acting since a very young age, but I didn't know where to find an opportunity or a chance. So I thought, why not make an opportunity on my own? So from that came the idea of creating a web series of my own where I would write the script, I would direct the script, and if people liked my acting, I would act as well. So from there, I started writing the script, and then I introduced the script to my friends. My friends gave me really positive feedback. So I then started to think that, yeah, we can actually do this and we should do it on a huge scale. So after the script, we started working on a demo. The few friends we created a demo and then we promoted it to the people and we asked that whoever wants to do voice acting, music production, sound designing, they can join us, they can join our team, and they can work with us. And then we got some people, and then we started working, and the result in front of you.
I wish you all the best, and soon I really wish that your acting dreams will come true.
Thank you.
Hamza, we have come to a place where I have this question for all my guests coming in, and you will certainly have no option to say no, you have to answer this.
Okay, ask away.
Hamza, if I give you all the superpowers in your hand to change something in your country, so what is that going to be?
So, I have superpowers, and I can change one thing in my country, right? I would change corruption.
I was expecting that you will be doing something to the community.
If I do something for the community, then it's limited. It's limited only to a single community. But if I change the corruption, it's going to impact the entire country. And
Yeah. Yes.
I'm a person who wants to do something for my entire country, not just a single community.
Wow.
Because I'm not just the product of the blind community. I'm the product of Pakistan, and I
Yeah.
want to do something for Pakistan, not for the blind community.
Fantastic. Hamza, thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity to host you on Suman versus Human.
Thanks for inviting me.